What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. Now it's time for me to talk about Operation Nightingale. So according to ABC News, 3 Florida nursing schools, the Palm Beach School of Nursing, Siena College of Health, and Sacred Heart International Institute are being accused of selling 7,600 fake degrees. Yes, these schools were selling fake degrees to students in the healthcare industry as a nurse, right? That is appalling. Now, it doesn't shock me that people get fake degrees in this world, but it's still jaw-dropping that it was happening in the healthcare field, playing with people's livelihood, playing with people's lives. That is crazy to me, right? And in the midst of this whole scam going on, these schools made over $100 million from the scheme. So 25 people from multiple states have been charged, as the fake diplomas were sold for a whopping $15,000 each. So people were paying $15,000 to get this degree and bypassing clinical hours and all of that, right? So officials say a third of these individuals with the fake diplomas, the fake degrees, could be currently working right now. They could be currently working right now with these fake degrees. That is crazy. That, like, you know, and the scandal has been going on since 2016. So that means up and through COVID years. So can you imagine the type of medical malpractice that's been going on from 2016 all the way through when COVID came? Can you imagine that, bro? Like, that's crazy. And again, the fake degrees help people to skip hours of clinical training, which qualified them to sit for the National Nursing Board exam, right? These individuals secured jobs in other states without proper training, which is believable to me because they are paying big bank for these travel nurses. I have friends who went to school for nursing, who are real nurses, and now they are travel nurses, and they make some good money, great money for sure. So it makes sense that people are trying to scam and scheme and try to get to these dollars quick and bypass all the clinical work that has to be put in. I have friends who were in nursing programs, y'all, they were in school crying because stuff got so hard, it got so rigorous, doing all these clinical hours, not sleeping that much, doing a whole bunch of studying, and then you're dealing with people in the healthcare field, the medical field. People are really anal. They're blunt. Some of them can be very rude. They can talk to you any type of way. It's a it's a real strenuous type of field. And so people take it serious. Like, I got friends, again, who were studying their ass off night and day, trying to get it. Their goal was to become a nurse when they started school. And they got through their program. It started with a whole bunch of them and ended with like 10 people, stuff like that. I know people who ended the program with 6, 7 people, all type of crazy stuff, right? And so they were really, blood, sweat, and tears every single night trying to just engage in retail therapy to get their mind off of all these different worries and stuff that they were having, trying to just have a good time. And I'm talking to them when I'm in school, talking to them on Skype or whatever when I'm in college, just trying to make them laugh and smile and joke because they really going through it. And to see people out here getting fake degrees like that, I know they pissed about it. But even then, it's just like, just imagine if you got a loved one who, who wasn't properly taken care of by a nurse. You thinking, was this one of these traveling nurses who got fake degrees? Like, you got to be thinking about stuff like that for real. You know what I mean? People out here really putting patients' health and safety at risk every single day, all because you too lazy to really go out here and study and get it on your own merits and go out here and put in the hours necessary to be working in that field and be qualified and be qualified to give the best service and best treatment to people who really need it. That's foul to me, man. Like, getting a fake nursing degree shows how wicked the world is. It really does. Like, there's really people out here risking the lives of American citizens, again, because you don't want to put in the hard work and time it takes to really get through it and get it out the mud and get it the right way. You know what I mean? And again, before y'all ask, yes, these people still had to have passed the board exams, which I heard are really hard. I heard they're rigorous. People then took it a whole bunch of times and still haven't passed it. I've heard of that, right? But again, think about it like this. There are some people in life who are extremely good at taking tests. I knew individuals who were terrible students. They were terrible students, didn't put in no work, didn't do no homework that much. They were like mediocre students and just did enough to get by. But when it came to take a test, they performed extremely well and got full ride scholarships to go to school because they performed well on the test. They didn't apply themselves all school year. Through much of school, they really didn't do that much. I had a friend, like I swear to God, I had a homie just like that scored a 30 on the ACT. I mean, he was one of the most, he was a mediocre student if you can think of it. He wasn't no outstanding student. He didn't do his homework every day. He didn't do that much on projects, do that well on projects. He just did just enough to get by. He half-assed a lot of stuff, right? But when it came to take that test, he was so good at test taking, like he got better scholarship opportunities than people who were good students like me and some of my other friends who may be not that strong, who may not be that strong of test takers, right? I got a 24 on the ACT. He got a 30. And again, I had a 3.67, almost a 3.7 GPA, unweighted. Weighted, it was like a 4.5. I had, taken AP classes, all honors classes, all of that. My homie, he was just barely getting by, barely making it. And then when it got time to take that test, he excelled. So it's a lot of people. So some of y'all like, well, they have to still have passed the test. Yes, they did. But it's a lot of people who were just good at test taking. And then in some states, you can take the test as many times as you want to. So people just keep taking it, and they finally click and pass on like the 10th time. But yet and still, they bypass a whole lot of clinical hours that, again, it could have helped them learn. It could have helped them learn how to take care of patients in a proper manner. It could have helped them be able to maneuver through certain situations, scenarios, so on and so forth. And when they got into the medical field, actually started practicing nursing for real, they wouldn't be so lost and clueless. You know what I mean? Because think about it, man. I've heard stories of people having nurses and the nurse didn't seem to know what they were doing that much. They kind of seemed lost and they really didn't seem to really know. They had to have somebody else come back there with them. I've heard of stuff like this happening before. So now I'm thinking about, damn, again, I'm all the way in Chicago. But I'm thinking, like, was it one of them travel nurses that was doing that? They got them fake degrees? Ain't no telling, man. You know what I mean? And again, even when y'all saying they still got to pass the nursing exam, it's some people that sell board questions, that sell the board exam questions and answers too, that sell them and sell all these different questions that may be asked, and then people are prepared for it because they didn't bought these answers and stuff. So it's ways around a lot of different things, but it's not ways around them clinic. But what really pays is ways around the clinical hours. As you can see, they can buy fake degrees. But the clinical hours gives you the necessary practice in your field that you'll need to be productive or to be effective when you're actually practicing it for real in the real world. And again, paying for a fake degree is not going to give you the key clinical knowledge that a year or maybe 4 years in nursing school would give you at all. It's not going to give you that clinical knowledge that you need to have. So all of that bypassing, skipping over, that's cool and cute till it's time to get in the field, and then you in the back Googling answers to see what's going on because you don't know what the hell to do because you've never been in these scenarios, never been in these situations. You've never been able to be put under pressure to critical think when your patient needs your help and it needs your attention immediately. They haven't been through them situations for real. So they haven't been in the pressure cooker. So now it's like they unraveling in the back and trying to Google stuff to figure out what's going on. And we like, what the hell? You don't know what to, like, for real. This will have you really trying to test your nurse out. It'll have you trying to test your nurse and ask her what certain arteries are and so on and so forth, just to make sure she know what she doing or he knows what the hell they doing. Like, it really would. This is, again, it's scary, man. It's scary. It's like, bro, is some of y'all just going to go get some damn a stethoscope from Party City and acting like y'all really know what y'all doing and y'all really don't? I don't know, it's mind-boggling. Like I said, it's been going on since 2016, all the way through COVID years. So it makes me wonder how much medical malpractice was really taking place when people were trying to get treated for COVID. Like shortcuts in the healthcare field is life-threatening, and it's terrifying for real. But again, it makes sense because I've heard many stories about nurses being unprofessional in the past years. I heard it from friends and family, so on and so forth. So it's like, man, what is going on? Like, we really got people out here not qualified to really care for, if I'm especially during COVID, that's scary. You sending your parent, your parent may have COVID, you send them to the doctor to get treated. We can't be in there with them to oversee them. They're not in condition to speak up for themselves. You got nurses who haven't really practiced in the field, that don't really know what they're doing. I'm not saying all of them was like this. There's more than enough qualified nurses to really handle business like they're supposed to and really went through the clinical hours, so on and so forth. But you could have had people you definitely had people out here that hadn't had any practice with that. And they could have had some medical malpractice. They didn't know what they was doing. And it could have been like costing a life. It could have cost somebody their life. Because people out here want to just bypass certain stuff. But like, there's no way I'm taking a shortcut on something like that. Everybody likes shortcuts in life, but I ain't taking shortcuts when it's somebody's life on the line, when it's dealing with life and death. There's no way I could do that. There's no way. Because all I'm thinking about is, I'm thinking about what if that was my mom, my grandma, my pops, my granddad, my brother, my sister, like, you know what I mean, trying to get taken care of. And they getting care from a person that don't know what the hell they doing. That's clueless out here. Clueless as Stacey Dash when she didn't know that DMX died. Like, what? Come on, man. Like, there's no way. Like, I would be pissed, if I found out like my loved one is being taken care of by a person that skipped clinical hours. They got a fake degree from a school. Now she don't know what the hell she doing. My loved one's life is dwindling away because this person is really just out here just operating on a limb, just going off the top of the dome, freestyling, back here taking care of people. It's gonna make you want to fight and snap and sue and all of that. It is just like, again, but you know, money rules the world. The love of money is the root of all evil. People will sell things and I mean will be absent of all morals, of all moral compass, just to get $1. You know, like, again, just the medical field is supposed to be an ethical field. It's supposed to be, right? But you just omit all ethics and say, damn that. Skip all them clinical hours. We can just go ahead. You pass the test. You good. You good. Who good to who? Good to take care of who? Not my family. You damn sure ain't let them take care of your family because you let them finesse the system. So it's like, bro, like, nah, man. Ain't nobody riding and sliding with that, bro. Like, that's really the value in there pissed off. Like, yo, what is we doing? What is we doing? And again, especially for me, I have friends who were in nursing school, who are nurses now. One of my right-hand men, his wife is a nurse, traveling nurse. Like, she take her job very seriously. She worked with babies, so on and so forth, and all of that. Beforehand, it's just like, She knows what she's doing. She put in the time, the sweat equity, long sleepless nights when she crying to my dog probably. She ain't tell me this, but I'm sure she probably was, because I had friends that was crying, that was trying to get through nursing school, and it was just so stressful. And then when they got through it, they felt like they were on top of the world. And they had to go to these clinical hours early in the morning, 5, 6 o'clock, crazy hours, after they were just up studying the night before. You know, they in there trying to function off, just trying to function off their coffee, trying to get everything moving and grooving. And then you got people in there staring over their back, being anal towards them, being very, very hostile because it's life and death. And you can't be playful about life and death. But here you go, got people playing in our face, getting fake degrees out here, and then coming and trying to take care of our family members. Like, what? Nah, bro, that ain't cool. And I'm glad these schools have been put on blast and everything is now unraveling and everything is coming to light. Because what the hell, bro? We can't have this in the world. We can't have stuff like this, man. Operation Nightingale was necessary. We can't have stuff. And I'm sure it's other schools doing this too. They just the only ones that get caught currently. But yeah, it's going to make people think twice because this, man, it's crazy. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm out. Peace.